So what I want to do is give you a bit of a comparison to really paint the picture for you, and I'm sure that you can probably relate to this. So the beautiful thing about strategic alliances or partnership marketing is that it makes the impossible possible, and that's what I love about this. So when I tell you a little bit about my story, I will show you how I've made the impossible possible by living and breathing this in my personal and my professional life. So, what I want to take you through is a direct comparison between the way an average traditional marketing campaign will work and how an average partnership marketing campaign will work. So, normally with traditional marketing, you need to start by developing a strategy or a plan. And a plan. So, that's going to cost you money because you'll have to hire someone to do that for you, or you're going to do it yourself and it's going to cost you time. Now, I always put a dollar amount on time because for me, time is even more precious than money. And every minute that I am wasting somewhere, it's time that I'm not spending with my children, on myself, and doing the things that I love to do in my life. So, I think life is too short, and I'll let you in on how I came to that realization in my life. And so, the beautiful thing about partnership marketing is you can access somebody else's plan. So there are lots of ways to set these things up. And this is just one example. But if you find yourself a great alliance with a bigger partner, they're going to have all this established, or if they're more established than you, they're going to have a plan. They know what works. They've been serving your target customer already, and they're probably going to have more resources to have a plan that you can't afford to develop right now. So you get access to someone else's plan, and you're going to start to, and this is where I talk about the strategic in alliance. It's not just the direct benefit, it's all that strategic value you get from working with a marketing partner. So the first thing is you get to access a plan. The next thing you would do if you're out doing traditional marketing is you're going to have to access some sort of list. So you're going to buy a list that's publicly available because they're the only ones for sale. And someone mentioned in one of my live seminars the other day that you're going to pay anywhere from $1 to $1.50 per name on that list. Now, because that list is sellable, how quality do you think that list is? How qualified and how engaged do you think those people are going to be? Now, in comparison with a marketing partner, they have a money can't buy list. You cannot buy that list. They're going to be extremely protective of that list. They're going to look after that list. Any partner worth their weight in gold would never allow you to access that list and would be very, very careful about who accesses that list. So you know that list is likely to be very engaged, very high quality. And the partner, and I always talk about finding the right partner because the right partner is only going to let the right other company communicate with their list. So you can see already that there's a lot of value and power in that list that you are not only not going to have to pay for, but even if you had all the money in the world, you wouldn't be able to buy it. The next thing you have to do is develop an offer. Now, most of the time, depending on where you're at in your business, developing offers is a lot of trial and error to work out what actually works for your customers or your ideal customers before you're really clear on what makes them, act in the ways that you want them to act. So, with your partnership marketing, your partner is going to want their customers to be very happy and to see a lot of value in what the partners are offering them. So they're going to have a vested interest in providing you with guidance as to what your offer should be. So with an offer, you're either going to be making some sort of contribution, or it's going to cost you to give samples. However, there's lots of ways to set these things up. But in a lot of cases, you can work it out so it's cost of sale. Now, if it's a cost of sale, it's lower risk, and it means that you only give the partner money if you make an actual sale. And again, if you set this up properly, it can be very lucrative for you and your partner, which again gives them a vested interest in wanting to drive the best possible outcomes for you. So you can see here that even with your offer, you're not forking out a hard cost a lot of the time, and you're certainly going to be doing it in a way where you're more likely to get a much better response. The next thing you have to do with traditional marketing is you've got to then buy marketing. I mean, how are you going to communicate this offer to the list that you've bought? You've then got to start going out and, whether you're printing flyers or catalogs, or if you haven't bought a list and you're out getting leads, you're going to have to start doing AdWords or whatever it is. We've had people come and work with us who were spending $750 a month just on AdWords and getting a very dismal response. So you can see that the marketing then becomes really expensive. And marketing, after all, is all about repeating the message. So if you are if you have limited resources, then you're going to fall into that trap of pay and pray marketing, which is throwing a bit of money here, throwing a bit of money there, trying this, trying that, and seeing, what works. Now, I'll let you in on a little secret. We don't do, we do virtually no paid advertising whatsoever. We test a little bit every now and then so that we have a little dipstick of comparison. And I'm always bitterly disappointed because it's not nearly as effective as our marketing partnerships. The reason, look, you do sometimes have to have your own internal marketing strategy once these customers become yours, because you're going to be upselling and cross-selling and nurturing those leads and wanting to retain them. So that does become important, but you can learn so much off your marketing partners about where best to spend your time, money, and resources. Now, when you work with a marketing partner, you're most likely going to be accessing their promotional channels. It's usually going to be much more effective than going out and doing your pay and pray marketing, and quite often you're not paying for it. So again, it's another place where you're not spending any money. So not surprisingly, when you look at it this way, your average contacts to sale in traditional marketing is about 14. And that takes about 3 to 6 months to get a sale. And your actual conversion rates are usually significantly lower. Now, I know myself, we've seen conversion rates that are 10, 20, 30 times higher than what we see in traditional marketing. Comparatively with a partnership, a marketing partner, is you're going to have average contacts to sale of about 1 to 3. That's our average experience, and it's because you have implied endorsement. So that one strategic partner already has trustability and likability with their customers. So the fact that they are promoting you to their customers means that their customers already believe that you are likable and trustable. So that's another big strategic benefit in working with your marketing partner. The other big benefit here, and look, not surprisingly, that usually gets you a turnaround time to sale from campaign in under 4 weeks. And obviously, when you're wanting to triple cash flow in a short period of time, that is a really good news story. Now, the other reason that partnership marketing is so much more effective than traditional marketing is your competitors can go out and buy the same lists and the same marketing that you can buy, and the same suppliers to do the strategies and plans. When you find yourself an amazing strategic partner, depending on the arrangement you have with them, and there's ways of negotiating exclusivity and having the sorts of relationships where you're protecting that partnership, it means it locks out your competitors. They can't access those money can't buy lists and those promotional channels that you have access to. So it's another big reason why getting onto this strategy sooner rather than later, before your competitors get onto it, is a really smart thing to do. And when you see some of what's trending, you're going to see that it won't be long before more and more companies are doing this, and you've got an opportunity to get an inside advantage by learning how to master this and also do it in the right way.